is normally all right. So I think we are now live. I don't know how much of that, but anyway, it always like do thinking. I go back and watch it. I'm sitting there going, waiting for it to start. Also, I got really excited because the internet seemed to be going really smoothly and started the broadcast without adding myself to it. So then I deleted it. So you can't see that 4 seconds of nothing. I'm sorry. Welcome to Breakfast Poetry Live. Jeremy at Breakfast, 1965. That's Jeremy Clyde of Chad and Jeremy in a Sharpie drawing where he's having his eggs and toast and juice and, you know, free love, if you've read Marianne Faithfull's autobiography. It's Tuesday. I get down here and I forget what day it is. Yeah, but anyway, yes. So here we are. It's Tuesday. Let's do some poetry. Let's do some weird works. Let's do this one. I curled up in my little couch bed and pretended I was the bridge poet. Wasn't there a little cottage built into a bridge pylon and reserved for a resident poet, somewhere like Washington State, causing my heart to bleed? That's a shorty for today. I think there is such a bridge that I saw on a television show or something. Okay, I'm going to make a check mark so I don't read that one again. That's what I have to do. Or I'll see that jumble of papers and not know what I've read. And so then next is the, all on my little handful of slips of paper, pardon me, aesthete. I figured out how to pronounce it. Yesterday's beautiful word was aesthete. And it means a person who professes a special or superior appreciation of what is beautiful. So I wrote a poem and printed it off on this receipt paper. Neat. Aesthete. On the night of the igniter, one sweet, spiced soul of specific glitter rigged up a jeweled refuge where the poet and the aesthete rampaged in showers of colored light. Whoa. So that one got ornate, but it was really fun to write. And I think that makes sense because an aesthete would love that, right? If it were all in a painting, what have you. So thank you for listening to the Beautiful Words poem from yesterday to today, and also the Weird Works in Progress. I've got the can of Beautiful Words. Let us see what tomorrow's poem will contain. Oh, I love this. I love drawing the words and the phrase for the poetry hat. Myriad. Myriad. The first time I heard the word myriad, tell me if this is also your experience. It was in the movie Heathers from like 1988 or 89. Winona Ryder, Shannon Doherty, two blonde gals, and they were the Heathers. Well, Winona Ryder's name was Veronica in that movie, but the Heathers were the popular girls, and their names were all Heather, which is my sister-in-law's name, but she wasn't snotty. She's very nice. But anywho, Myriad. She used the correct, never mind. I don't want to do trigger warnings. I'm really bad at that because I'm older, but I am trying to be considerate of things that are difficult subject matters for people who have experienced trauma and such. Okay, so today is Tuesday. Like I said, I default to today is Tuesday when my mind starts wandering. My mind starts wandering sometimes. But I have some other scraps of paper. I wrote, okay, I don't remember the first time I did a first lines necklace. I think it was in a Third Sunday Poetry. And it's because at my job, there's this really cool database, Columbia Granger's World of Poetry. And you can look up an author, and it doesn't always have their complete text of their works, but it will give a list of poems, say by Dylan Thomas in today's First Lines Necklace. And the first lines of these poems with the titles in alphabetical order, it's like hopefully what the Poetry Hat's final poem will be at the end of the month, and like sweater poems and things, you just string some things together and they turn out beautiful because, well, Dylan Thomas was a beautiful writer. I've done it with Michelle Lindsay and I forget who. I have to go back and see. But here's the Dylan Thomas First Lines Necklace. After the funeral, mule praises, brays, all the dry world's lever, altar-wise by owl light in the halfway house, when the morning was waking over the war, and death shall have no dominion. This day winding down now, bows glided down and the coast, because the pleasure bird whistles after the hot wires. Before I knocked and flesh let enter, myselves, the grievers, what seas did you see? Conversation of prayers about to be said, embracing the lowfalutin. And I know on the back of the aesthete slip, I put one more line. It was something like on the eve of the incendiary, which actually kind of inspired the first line of my aesthete poem. But I tried to sort of take it there, but in a different wording. And the other thing was that inspired the aesthete poem was this example sentence. Paris became, can't read my pencil handwriting, all smudged, it was in my pocket. Paris became home to a heady mix of radical thinkers, artists, and aesthetes from all corners of the globe. So I turned the home into a refuge and put diamonds on it and such. So I don't like to tell about poetry process because I want it to be, kind of like whatever the listener needs it to be. But that one was just fun, So I have a copy of Ghost Stories of Henry James. I just wanted to show. He wrote Turn of the Screw and many other ghost stories. And it's, it's a pretty good sized little book, and it was $6 to $7. It was $6.99, I think, which always makes you want to say $6, which is what they're thinking, what they're doing when they price it that way. But it's $7, but it's a nice big fat book of ghost stories. And look at that cover. I have one that must be from this same Tales of Mystery and the Supernatural series that I got a long time ago from E.F. Benson, and it's huge. It's like probably 2 or 3 times as thick as this, but the cover, instead of a skeleton hand, has a spider on it that, no kidding, scared my cat. My cat was very cautious in the presence of that book. Look at that spider. And I love the F. Benson's ghost stories, but I thought I would just throw that out there because I love too many books. All right, what's next? Poetry hats. Let's see. Here's a nice bright green one. We're still on the face of Janine Palmy Vega. The words that we will inscribe on her hat, however, are going to be from stuff I wrote in the middle of the night, which also is what the weird works are. The longer stuff goes into the weird works, the shorter stuff goes onto the poetry hats. And I think this is my favorite part, is drawing the poetry hat phrase. And today it is. My hair will whip in fierceness of wind. So, alrighty-o, that will go on the hat of this block print of Janine Palmy Vega, beat poet. And 7:30, I have to leave for work in an hour. That's not bad. I kind of want to just sit here and gab. Oh, I had I had coffee with a friend from my work. I'm just going to mention, yesterday I have a friend at work who has the same first name as me, who's about my age and also writes poetry. And did we have fun at the coffee shop yesterday? Yes, we did. So that was really fun. And what a blessing, somebody with my name and my, love of poetry. And we were talking about Peter, Paul, and Mary. Oh my gosh, please, Amy, Joe, forgive me for sharing this if I shouldn't, but Peter Yarrow kissed her on the cheek once. It's Peter, Paul, and Mary at Starlight Theater, which is an outdoor venue where they do a lot of plays and stuff. I saw Harry Connick Jr. there when I graduated from high school. And then we were in, because a friend of mine worked at not a friend of mine, my friend's sister worked at Starlight. I mean, she's a nice chick, but my really good friend's older sister worked at Starlight and got us friggin' row G, which is A, B, C, D, E, F, like row 7. That far. Harry Connick Jr.'s Sweat and Spit is hitting us and he's tap dancing and oh lordy. Anyway, outdoor venue. My friends saw Peter, Paul, and Mary there. After the show had ended, they were so excited, she and her friends, because she has friends that will do this. They're singing in harmony there in the front row, and then Peter, Paul, and Mary come out and are like, yeah, you just come on backstage. And then Peter Yarrow kissed her on the cheek. Let's just live with that for a moment. Okay, so that's neat. I love it. I love it so much. So that's what's happening. And so anyway, I guess I'm going to go to work and then I'm going to try to get my podcast done. I'm trying to do poetry episodes of podcasts for the entire month of April, National Poetry Month. And this is going to be, guys, the most freaking blazingly popular episode yet, because it's going to be about poetry form. It's what everybody's been just, hankering for. So enjoy that. It's going to be good. It's podcast in A minor. It's going to be fun. And that's how it is. All right. All right. Dig into some poetry today. Write a poem if you want to with the word myriad. Go watch Heather's and read Marianne Faithfull's autobiography and drink some coffee. See you tomorrow. Oops. See you tomorrow. See you tomorrow. See you tomorrow.